Why are central banks buying so much gold, and particularly the Russians?
Since the Federal Reserve was established, the value of the dollar has gone from $1 to 7 cents. Gold, on the other hand, has risen in value.
It will always be recognized as a currency. Either it's from the Islamic State or from another country. Gold is gold.
We have witnessed a lot of problems and a lot of financial crises caused by the fiat monetary system. It has come to various discussions on whether is it possible for us to replace fiat monetary system to another alternative. This documentary is about fiat money, gold, and the future of money. I hope you enjoy the documentary. Assalamu alaikum.
A medium of exchange, a unit of account, a store of value. Currency comes in various forms and types. It can come in paper, coins, or today we can even see that there is also digital money. For more than 3,000 years, currency has been used. It has proven to be the best solution to facilitate trade between seller and buyer and trade between countries. However, most people similarize the definition of currency and money, which is wrong. Money is a broader definition of the system of exchange. Money needs to be fungible, durable, and convenient. Currency is a simpler, tangible form of money. Let's go back to 1000 BC, when the first metal money and coins were developed using base metals, then evolved to the use of leather in 118 BC as a type of banknote. Improved in 700 to 800 AD, the leather changed to paper money initially used in China, then adapted to other countries. Years after, financial system was established as money is tied to the value of gold, known as the gold standard, until the fall of Bretton Woods system in 1930s. Today, not only fiat money existed, we could also witness coins, transactions through cards, and even digital currency called as cryptocurrency. Ibn Khaldun mentioned that God created two precious metals, which are silver and gold, as a measure to serve the commodities. The influence and the function of gold has been very crucial for the past centuries, even until today. But what is gold dinar? Gold dinar is an Islamic gold coin that was first issued by Khalifah Abdul Malik ibn Marwan in the year 696. Dinar comes from the Latin word denarius, which means a silver coin. Dinars were issued by the Umayyad Caliphate during the spreading of Islam to the entire world. In Islamic economics, the gold dinar in Islamic history was the main monetary standard of Sharia until the fall of the Ottoman Caliphate in 1924. Roman Byzantine gold solidus and the Persian Sassanid Empire's silver dirham has been used as a monetary standard for Muslims during the Prophet leadership because of its accessibility of trade between Muslims and non-Muslims. However, gold dinar in Islamic economics was not the first gold money that was being introduced. Dated way back 2000 years BC, the use of metal as a medium of exchange traces back to Babylon, but certification form of coinage did not occur until the 7th century BC. Mundell 2002 noted that the invention of metal coin was first spreaded throughout the Greek world around 650 BC. Mira 2018, however, stated that the Roman gold coin, the aureus, was one of the earliest official Roman gold coins from the 1st century BC until the early 4th century. Other than the Greeks and the Romans, ancient China also minted an early gold coin called Yin Yuan, dated from the 5th to 6th century BC. Al-Ghazali and Ibn Khaldun stated that Allah introduced gold and silver as a means of measure, thus it becomes the standard of how values are being measured. The success of gold dinar as a medium of exchange had created a revolution to the world's financial system. Gold dinar has its own superior characteristics and potentials. Gold dinar can overcome the possibilities of inflation, supported by the empirical study by Edawati and Sanib 2014, which mentioned that there is no concrete evidence of inflation during the implementation of gold standard and Bretton Woods system. Gold dinar as a currency can promise a strong financial system in the case of inflationary pressure or the volatility of foreign exchange rates, provided that there is a stable currency system. A bank cannot easily print out gold to create gold dinar, and a government cannot easily control the movement of gold dinar or the supply of it. Gold dinar as the best medium for international trade transactions. Soy Mitra et al. 2021 agreed that for the best international trade transactions to happen, ideally it needs to use a currency that is fair and just in nature. Through the history of currency exchange, The fairest currency was when the use of gold in transactions. When gold dinar is backed by the supply of gold, it can control itself through its pricing and trade. When currency is transferred between countries, there is a need to convert its currencies because foreign money cannot be used in domestic countries. However, gold dinar has a distinguished intrinsic value that makes it valuable even though it is circulated to different countries of different currencies. Gold dinar plays the role of money in Islam. The study from Mira 2018 mentioned that problems that were associated in the barter trade systems are avoidable through gold dinar. The literature shows that gold dinar prevents the lack of double coincidence in the wants of buyers and sellers that happen in barter exchange. In barter exchange, you need to find someone that has what they want and what they can offer. This causes a lag in time and effort for the exchange to happen. Whereas in gold dinar, because it acts as a money, whenever you find someone that can sell what you want, you can easily buy it using gold dinar because it is universally acceptable. Gold dinar has also stable measure of value. The lack of a common measure of value in the barter system could be solved through gold dinar because it can act as a single denominator to solve exchange difficulties. In Malaysia, Kelantan adopted the gold dinar as an alternative currency that was introduced in August 2010. More than thousands of business entities and a few banks agreed to use gold dinar as a new currency in Kelantan. One of the incentives by using the gold dinar is that people can now pay zakat with the currency. Ibn Ashir mentioned in Al-Murshid Al-Mu'in, zakat is a fard obligation on everything which has been laid down in the Shariat, gold and silver, grains and fruit, and grazing livestock. He then added that on goods for trade and on a credit incurred as capital to buy and sell, the amount due is the same as gold and silver. During the KL Summit 2019, Tun Dr. Mahathir mentioned that Muslim nations need to produce a common currency that can be used for international trade among countries. The idea of introducing gold dinar in the economic system is one of the best ideas as an alternative towards fiat money because of its stability and just measurements. The 1930s Great Depression, Mexican peso crisis in 1995, 1997 Asian financial crisis, and the latest global financial crisis were all leading to the main culprit, fiat money. An event called Managed Money Standard created another two events of high inflation rates and unstable currency exchange. Santoso et al. 2017 discussed the weakness of the current fiat monetary system from the point of view of its Sharia law. The fiat money created various problems such as inflation and causing asset prices to increase, interest in debt that harms individuals, business, and country, amplifies the decaying business cycle, and it causes destruction to the environment. Interest-based money is unable to protect wealth, namely the protection of faith. A scholar pointed out 3 advantages of using gold as the means of wealth. Number 1. The most demanded precious metal is gold because of its decreasing risk and a better form of investment. Number 2, the modern physical and chemical technologies are now able to artificially grow crystals of gold. And number 3, gold will remain as a stabilizing role in the economic development. There is a need of immediate attention to the role of gold in contemporary international currency and in banking's credit relation because of the financial instability caused by fiat money and the world's financial system itself. Let's talk about the final part of this documentary, the future of money. Some scholars mention that the idea of returning gold dinar as a currency is a plausible idea, but there are many hindrances and challenges in implementing it in the current economy. But at the same time, fiat money has a lot of flaws and created a lot of crises. Although returning to the adoption of gold dinar as a currency is a good idea, it will not be as easy as theorized. There are many arguments that support or reject the idea of adopting gold dinar as a currency. However, from the analysis, it would be best to implement the gold dinar in the financial system as an alternative currency and not to fully replace the function of fiat money.
Fiat money is still relevant in today's financial world, whether it is in conventional or even in Islamic practice, as long as it is Sharia compliant. Society has already been exposed by the efficiency of fiat money and digital currency in today's economic system. Adapting gold dinar may be hard to familiarize by the society. My suggestion would be that to retain fiat money as the main monetary form or as the main system, but use gold dinar as an alternative currency. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.